Hi classmates and to our Edu8 professor, Dr. Nathalie L. Dominar. Hello ma'am. As you can see guys, we are the first ever reporter in our class for this course Edu8 with a descriptive title, Building and Enhancing Literacy Across the Curriculum. Our group topic is all about 21st century literacy skills and teaching resources. By the way guys, my name is Judy and Jongko, and before we proceed to our discussion, let me introduce to you first the following members of my group. First, we have Cristel May S. Abuyog, who will discuss the student-led learning or the cooperative learning. Second is Rubelia B. Tenyo for the inquiry-based classroom environment. Next is Jusrel Mojado for the collaborative activities, and we also have Charity Panugaling for the discussion of higher order thinking skills, popularly known as HATS activities, and the last one is Noel J. Blanes for the creative learning. At the end of this lesson, the pre-service teacher can first, demonstrate teaching strategies that promote literacy. Second, show skills in the selection, development, and the use of age-appropriate instructional resources that will develop literacy and higher-order creative thinking skills. And the last one, design activities appropriate for the development of literacy skills. Now, let's start by discussing what is functional literacy. Functional literacy refers to the practical skill set needed to read, write, and do calculations for real-life purposes so people can function effectively in their community. Meaning, it refers to the capacity of a person to engage in all those activities in which literacy is required for effective function of his or her group and community, and also for enabling him or her to continue the use of reading, writing, and calculation for his or her own and the community's development. Functional literacy classifies according to 4 different levels. First one is the below basic literacy. It means reading and writing words and numbers in very simple documents. For example, locating easily identifiable information on a chart, signing from a form, adding a dollar amount to a deposit slip. Second is the basic literacy, meaning performing simple skills to understand short text. For example, reading a pamphlet, using a TV guide, and comparing ticket prices. The third one is the intermediate literacy, meaning performing challenging skills to understand long text. Examples, looking up information in a reference book, summarizing a long article, placing an order, and calculating the cost. Fourth one is the proficiency literacy. This is the last one, meaning performing creative and critical thinking skills to understand dense or complex text. Examples are comparing viewpoints in editorials, interpreting statistical graphs, measuring and calculating the cost of items per ounce. Have you noticed that as we advance from below basic to basic, intermediate, and proficient, we go from simple tasks to more and more complex skills? Now, let's go on to the different types of functional literacy. First in the list is the media literacy. It is the ability to access, evaluate, and create messages through different types of media. Its purpose is to turn people from mass consumers into thoughtful citizens who are susceptible to propaganda or advertising. Next is religious literacy. It is the ability to interpret religious scriptures and communicate with different faiths. Religious literacy is important for combating fundamentalism, like for example, religious fanaticism and the prejudice. Next is the financial literacy. It is the ability to manage finances and make decisions about money, whether you're a consumer, a business owner, or a voter. Understanding financial budgets, interest rates, and savings is an essential life skill. Fourth one is computer literacy. It is the ability to use computers. This skill set can range from basic competency like for example, using applications like email and Microsoft Office, to advanced knowledge like for example, programming and computer science. 5 is the legal literacy. It is the ability to comprehend law so you are able to follow policies and legal procedures. 6 is scientific literacy. Does not necessarily mean memorizing facts. Rather, it's knowing how to conduct experiments and identify evidence that supports or contradicts preconceived beliefs and hypotheses. 7 is health literacy. It is the ability to understand healthcare information, particularly for making medical decisions or lifestyle choices about nutrients, exercise, sleep, and other factors that affect physical and mental well-being. The last one is civic literacy, also known as civics, is awareness of how government works, as well as your rights and responsibilities as a citizen and a voter. Now, because our society is so high-tech, I want to emphasize 2 key points about functional literacy by connecting it to technology. First, functional literacy is primarily about skills or applied knowledge. Second, functional literacy keeps our high-tech society functioning. Moving on to the 21st century skills that today's students need to succeed in their careers during the information age. There are 12 abilities of 21st century skills, and these are critical thinking, creativity, collaboration, communication, information literacy, media literacy, technology literacy, flexibility, leadership, initiative, productivity, and social skills. These skills are intended to help students keep up with the lightning pace of today's modern markets. Each skill is unique in how it helps students, but they all have one quality in common. They are essential in the age of the internet. Each 21st century skill is broken into one of 3 categories. Before proceeding to the next topic, which is student-led learning, let's talk about 6 basic strategies for developing literacy. Teaching for comprehension strategies. Thoughtful, active, proficient readers are metacognitive. They think about their own thinking during reading. In making connections, when students have an experience that helps them relate to what is happening in the story, and that they are making connections. Before, during, and after reading, connections are being made when readers are using their background or prior knowledge to better understanding the new material they are reading, and in return, one more able to remember and reapply what they have read. Engaging in conversation about what they read, and last is making text-to-text, text-to-self, and text-to-world connection that help to better their understanding. In visualizing, creating mental images is a process that proficient readers use before, during, and after reading. Active readers create visual images in their minds based on the words they read. Inferring is a mental process that involves combining what is read with the reader's prior knowledge. When proficient readers infer, they create meaning that is not stated explicitly in the text. In questioning, the comprehension strategy of questioning requires the reader to make inquiries, speculate possibilities, and seek answers to enhance understanding of the text before, during, and after reading. Asking questions is the strategy that keeps readers engaged. In determining importance, it means picking out the most important information when reading, to highlight essential ideas, to isolate supporting details, and to read for specific information. Teachers need to help readers sift and sort information and make decisions about what information they need to remember and what information they can disregard. The last one for the 6 basic strategies for developing literacy is synthesizing. It is the most complex comprehension strategies. It is the process of combining new ideas with what is already known to get something new and different. When synthesizing, take individual pieces of information and combine them with prior knowledge, then form a new idea for these pieces of information. We are finally done with the discussion of developing functional literacy. Now let's proceed to the next topic, which is student-led learning, and it will be discussed by Ms. Abuyong.